program Education at Midweek. The Super Morning Show continues with me, Vafli Kamara. Like I have been announcing this morning, I will be speaking with Mr. Dahn. He is the program officer at the JPN, Justice Journalist for the Protection of Nature, Journalist for the Protection of Nature, JPN, involved into environmental issues, nature as a whole. And so he's here to talk more about what they're doing and some of the critical areas of environmental management. Keep listening. This is the Super Morning Show. When we come back, I'll be speaking with Mr. Magdan.
Super Morning Show, the Super Morning Show with Vafli Kamara. The Super Morning Show with Vafli Kamara on ELBC. The Super Morning Show.
Okay, welcome back to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio. Mark, I'd like to say good morning. It's a pleasure to speak with you at this time. How are you?
Well, it's my pleasure being here this morning, Vafli. And let me first start by saying that you guys are doing a very much good job here at LBS. I can see the upliftment of the institution. Yes, I want to say thanks to you guys for the level of work done so far with the meager resources that the country has, and
Yeah.
you guys continue to press on, and to ensure that uh, the development of the country is communicated through the means of the radio and the television.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, like I announced, you are the program officer of Journalists for the Protection of Nature Liberia, JPN Liberia. Just in few minutes, tell us about the organization when it was established and what do you do essentially?
Thank you once again, Vafli. JPN Liberia, Journalists for the Protection of Nature Liberia, is a development communication group, advocacy and communication group established in 2014, and was registered through the Ministry of Finance, the Liberia Business Registry, which was then under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we are an advocacy organization, civil society organization. We have been advocating for the environmental sector and natural resource governance of the country. Most of our work of recent have been focused on the forestry sector. So we've been advocating for how resources from the forestry sector can properly be managed and properly be governed so that citizens can accrue the benefit, and so that benefits accrue from as a result of properly managing our forest
Yeah.
resources can be equally distributed as well.
Yeah.
While at the same time we are ensuring that community who are the custodian of those forests can get benefits, and those benefits can be given to them for the development and the betterment of their living condition. So this is what we've been doing for the past 11 years now.
Okay.
JPN has been operating.
Yeah, but you know, and I know that in Liberia, the issue of specialization is a problem for the media.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
know why the motivation, you group of journalists, they often into environmental issues.
Yes, the motivation came some years back in 2013, starting with my executive director, Mr. Joseph Sion. I remember when JPN was established at the University of Liberia campus
Mm.
on a rack there. So the motivation came about that information about the forestry sector and environmental sector as a whole was not flowing,
Mm.
and then people they were not much being heard about this sector. So Joseph Sim, Mr. Daryl Zina, and the rest of the team, CFR, and then at the UL, decided to to organize this organization. And since then, we have just gone beyond story reporting. We transitioned into advocacy and then development communication as well.
Okay.
So that's how it came about, and we've been very instrumental in advocating for the well-being of our natural resources.
And since then, what the impact has been, and where has been the focus? Because when you talk about the forest, you talk about the various national parks. What is the Sapo National Park and all that? Counties that have rich forests sector. Where the focus has been.
Well, like I said, we've been very instrumental in the forestry sector. For example, in 2016,
Mm.
we were part of efforts that led to the establishment of the Gola Forest National Park.
Okay.
We were very instrumental in communicating and disseminating information about the establishment and awareness as a whole about why that particular piece of forest need to be conserved and reserved for the country. As you know, that the Gola Forest National Park covers about 88,000 hectares of forest land,
Mm.
and it has some unique biodiversity species, which include the Gola malimbi. Gola malimbi is a new type of bird species that was discovered there in sometime around 2011. And we also have the African elephant, and you have the pangolins, the giant pangolins,
Mm.
and so many beautiful species, including the zebra daggers, and so many picatatis as well. Picatatis is a bird that is the only bird so far since I started following the issue of conservation that builds its nest with mud.
Mm.
Yes, we went Sierra Leone to study about that some years ago, and so far it's the only bird species that usually that does that. So it's very much unique that we conserve such a species. This is why we continue to advocate about the conservation and the proper conservation and proper management
Yeah.
of those protected
Yeah,
areas.
but the argument over time has been those you know that there are communities along the forest area. There are people who live by the forest, was by hunting, farming, and all that. The argument has been what happens to the livelihoods of those who live along the forest area. I mean, is that a critical land that JPN looks at?
Yes, not just advocating for the community. I mean, for the forest to be there, but again, what would be the benefits for inhabitants of the forest?
Mm.
When we tell them, don't go in the forest, do not kill those indigenous species, but there should be alternative livelihood. And as far as know, and we follow as organization, uh, conservation organizations, including the international one, the CR, the WSC, SCNL, they've been very much instrumental in providing some alternative livelihoods to the community. For example, in Gola, there have been alternative livelihoods such as beekeeping. It was there,
Mm.
and so many activities for the past 7 to 8 years, almost 10 years now, and there have been some alternative livelihood. So that the pressure that the human pressure usually on the forest can be reduced.
Wow.
So there have been so many different alternative livelihood.
Great. We'll delve more into that, but let's talk about this partnership agreement with the West Africa Civil Society Institute based in Ghana to enhance advocacy for biodiversity conservation in Liberia. You know, and I know that there is this nationwide stakeholders consultation on Liberia's carbon policy because Liberia wants to be an active player in the carbon market. Uh, Tell us more about this partnership signed with the WASI.
Yes, we are very grateful for the partnership. We've just signed a 3-year partnership agreement with the West Africa Civil Society Institute. We were very lucky to form part of 30 civil society organizations in West Africa to have signed agreement with WASI. Specifically, this 3-year project will be focusing on biodiversity conservation,
Mhm.
which is one key focus area for JPN Liberia. So we're going to be continuing our advocacy effort in ensuring biodiversity is conserved and is properly managed in Liberia. So this is why the partnership was signed. And as part of the partnership agreement, there will also be some capacity building opportunities for JPN team members, such as
Okay.
resource program, a change program, some senior or fellowship program as well. As part of that, this month on the 22nd, the team for Ghana will be coming to Liberia to start training some of our members in institutional capacity building, in the area of institutional capacity building as well. So we want to be very much grateful to WASI for the confidence reposed in us so that we can continue our advocacy effort.
But biodiversity conservation as part of this project, does it align with the overall environmental management, forest conservation goal of the country?
Very well, very well. You know, Liberia recently established a Bureau of Tourism, I mean, a tourism authority, right?
Yeah.
And in ensuring that in ensuring that we get more benefit from the tourism sector, biodiversity conservation is key. The FDA is one of the mandate of the FDA. Usually you hear that, oh, every time the FDA is burning bush meat,
Mm.
and as FDA is putting into place a law so that we cannot kill those protected species. So it's part of biodiversity conservation. When you conserve the forest, you have to also conserve those animals that are within. So you cannot conserve the forest and then allow the animal to be dead.
Mm.
So that's why we take biodiversity conservation as a key component of our programmatic areas. So we're going to be amplifying our voices to ensure that the forest is protected, our environment is conserved, and while at the same time communities that are inhabitants of those areas can get benefit vastly.
Yeah, but how many years is this project, and have you kicked it off?
Yes, the insertion program started. That was done online last month,
Okay.
and the second phase is the training that will be taking place in Monrovia from the 22nd to the 26th of this month.
But does it target a specific counties?
We are working in the Gola area and the newly proposed protected area, the core protected area.
What is
So
it?
for now, on this project, based on funding,
Mm.
we will be working in the two areas. But for now, our basic focus is on Gola, because we've been working in Gola for a very long time, and we have been working with so many stakeholders there.
Mm.
So we want to continue to amplify the effort of protecting that
Yeah.
national park.
But based on the experiences, JPN's experience gained from the Gola National Park, I mean, what are the challenges, and what needs to happen by national government to ensure that that park is that forest is conserved?
The issue of mining continue to be one of the challenges, major challenge that continue to hamper the proper management and conservation of Gola. Also, the issue of illegal
Mm.
hunting or poaching, they continue to undermine the sanity of the Gola Forest National Park.
And how
And that
have
is not only unique to Gola, to Sapo, which we'll be talking about later on. Recently, you heard us on a press conference talking about Sapo.
mm, yeah, what have been organizations like yours effort to address these challenges?
We have been working with National Biodiversity Organization, the SCNL, WSC, and other CR, for example. We've been working along with CR, who are doing the direct implementation to amplify their effort through visibility, through advocacy awareness, and so forth, to ensure that the level of effort is seen, and government too can take pride into enforcing of the law.
Mm,
In Gola, for example, there were some illegal mining activities there within the park, somewhere around the Kanafa area. In 2021, we led effort that those illegal occupants were removed and evacuated from the park,
but
the center of the
it
park.
seems that is still happening there, and most times organizations like yours go there, they raise awareness, but it boils down to the question of sustainability, how sustainable sometimes your projects can be at those areas.
They are sustainable. Like I said, it's a continuing process. We have organizations that are working there, who are working along with the community people. Our role is to educate them, to tell them that, look, uh, the work that this NGO is doing here is going to help you to protect your tourists coming here, tourists coming here, so that you can generate some money from it. So these are some of
But
the.
sometimes citizens reaction to what you tell them, are they positive?
Yes, sometimes it's difficult to do. This is why it's not just one day event.
Mm,
It's a process, over and over and over. We continue to educate them, working along with stakeholders who are doing some direct implementation there, to ensure that the community can understand the why their forests need to be protected. We are not saying don't go, don't have livelihood, because before you conserve the forest, you should have food to eat. So
mm.
people will say, "Oh, why are you telling people not to farm in the forest?" No,
Or
you have a
harm them.
community. You have a community forest, which is free. You go and hunt there. They usually go and hunt there and farm there as well. So
Mm,
government and our advocacy are not banned. Don't go. Uh, we are not taking livelihood from them completely.
okay.
We are not telling them how to manage their forest so that tourists can go there, so that government can make more money. Roughly, you know that last year, just 2022,
Mm.
Zambia generated $800 million from the tourism sector. Kenya as well. They generated, this year they are projected to generate about 1.2 trillion
Of their money.
of Kenyan money. So what can we boast of? Is not, if now we have the tourism authority,
Mm.
what can we now say? Oh, how can we protect our wonderful forest landscape? How can we protect our species? How can we protect those beautiful waterfalls so that tourists can come and see the Patawi, for example? Government is doing some effort, but it's not much to ensure that that newly created authority
Mm.
can accrue the benefit that the country deserves.
I was just talking about tourism. I was in conversation with the senator of Cape Mount, I mean, she was saying the same thing, but one of the major challenges is the issue of roads to these areas. But I wonder what kind of difference would this partnership you've signed with the West Africa Civil Society Institute? What kind of difference would this make at your areas of concentration, especially the Gola forest?
Like I said, we are civil society organization and don't have that huge funding to do some direct implementation. But we are working with stakeholders that are doing direct implementation within the communities. For example, as a result of conservation activities in the Gola area, you are seeing that community their livelihood continue to improve. For example, their concentration that used to be just hunting. No, they now go into the lowland farming, for example.
Yeah, diversifying.
Diversifying their farming activities so that the pressure can be reduced on the forest. We are also talking with conservation partner donors to ensure that yes, conservation is not only to tell the people don't go there, but how can the people livelihood improve? For example, the issue of roads, in which some organizations, though now in conservation organization, they are doing well. They are having uh, 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 reconditioning the road condition around the protected in some protected areas. For example, in Sino, the road now that passes through the core protected area is very much.
What is the core protected area located?
It's still a proposed area. It's located between River Says, Sino, and Grand Jide counties.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is being identified as somewhere that can also be added as a protected area.
Yes, the process is on. The process is on. The gazettement process is on. If I'm not making mistake, the gazettement package is still at the legislature, and they are still reviewing it. And what recently we were there also. JPN was there also advocating that yes, this particular area is very very unique. Scientists have gone there, say that they have some unique species that will attract tourism. Even though mining activities continue to clash with conservation, and
that's a major problem.
That's a major problem. And politicians too are using such thing that as long as we have resources on the ground, we will extract it, we will destroy the forest. And this is why JPN is saying no, conservation is not hindrance to your community development. But you can leverage on conservation to develop your community.
I mean, I was speaking with an official from Conservation International. I mean, the same thing you're saying. Conservation is clutching with money, with these kinds of activities. I wonder what the future holds for conservation, because if Liberia wants to be an active player in carbon tourism market, tourism as well, then it has to be an issue of discussion, and policymakers will have to make a serious or take serious action in that line.
Yes, so it's a serious thing. Recently, we were in Ganta, having a national dialogue on the carbon policy development, and it was interesting to note that much of our carbon will be or is being sequestered from the forest, from the natural forest. Besides forests, scientists have said that the only area will have some carbon, we will have some carbon credit from this, is the mangrove. The mangrove is a potential area that we will have some carbon. Yes, so again, if we say yes, we're developing this farm policy, this beautiful carbon policy,
and this is JPN's position, especially for this the carbon credit benefits for communities living
for community, definitely, and thanks to our partners and groups that we're working with, NGO Coalition Liberia. JPN is a leading member of NGO Coalition Liberia, and we made our position very clear in Ganta that in order for this policy to be fair, communities that are host community for the forest, they should benefit. I don't want to go into the technical detail of the policy now.
No, you have to.
No, it's a voluminous document, as you can see. So government, there was something in the policy that says that government should be the exclusive owner of carbon rights. The owner of carbon. And then when you go in the policy, there's an area there where the community is given 50%. Another area say the developer, the investor will get 30% and so forth. So we are saying no, that language ownership should be clearly defined that no carbon, if carbon is developed from a community forest, carbon credit is developed from the community forest, it means the community, that community should be the owner of that particular carbon right, and not government, because mind you, it will be contradicting the land rights act that says that you had 4 categories of land: community, government, private, and customary. So if the policy remains as it is, you'll be contradicting
but there is an ongoing nationwide consultation on it.
Yes.
Based on your interaction with these stakeholders, and especially from the communities, what are they, when our correspondent reports about these consultations, I always ask them, what is the critical issue is being discussed? What are the concerns from the communities? What are they saying?
Benefits. I mean,
let's quantify that benefits. So that benefits will mean what?
The benefit, for example, in the forest sector, where you talk about the benefit sharing mechanism, community own share of money from as a result of signing forest concession. Sometimes it's difficult, it's not coming. So communities continue to approach us that we are not getting our benefit. So we too continue to advocate that communities should have their benefit.
Okay.
Because they are the custodian of the forest. For example, if we were to go into the logging sector, communities saying that their share of logging concession, they are not getting it on time. The government will have the money and set at the finance ministry to remake it is a process. The bureaucratic bottleneck continue to hamper community own share of resources going to them. So civil society, we've been working with partners such as the heritage partners and associates, and to ensure that how the policies can be critically looked at, so that those bureaucratic bottlenecks can be realized, so that, because you can't say the money for me and you having it is there, and so many.
But should it be remitting physical cash to the communities, or it is the issue of undertaking major development? So, for example, if the community is deserving of rehabilitating the roads to that community or to that forest, the government does that, or construction of schools, hospitals. I mean, and the communities will have to critically define what benefits should be, and who should be the implementer of whatever benefits.
So you have the national benefits sharing trust that oversees that. Usually the community, through the community forest management committee, they will usually identify projects for the community, and that money sits at the finance ministry, and then when as the law said, certain portion, I mean, like I said, it's a long technical detail which I don't want to go into it,
but based on the forest,
to attract our to distract our listeners. So usually community will identify projects in their community, so that their share of the benefits can be a development in a community. For example, some communities are identifying guest house, schools, market hall, and so forth. We are not saying that the trust or the community benefit is not coming totally, or the bureaucratic bottleneck. Again, there are some elements. Sometimes politicians as well, they use that. They misuse the community benefit. They don't do proper due diligence, so that projects that will be identified should be something that the community need. and not just because you want to make me on that particular constituents or constituencies to you just go and say yes, school will be good. So we'll take the trust fund money from the trust fund and build a school, whereby you are not make your you have not do any survey to see how many children or school going kids are in that particular community to attend the school. This is why you go many of the countries you will see abandoned school buildings. Nobody is going there.
Yeah.
So it's another critical issue that we were looking at recently. So I mean, the sector is so many voluminous issues that we continue to advocate about.
How soon should this carbon development policy be adopted and get implemented?
Well, we are not the director. As you know, the steering committee sits at the finance ministry and chaired by the finance ministry and sits at the EPA. So the EPA is
But is this
the
policy in the
National
view?
Climate Steering Committee.
But is this policy in the view of JPN a good one?
Well, this is why we continue to dissect it to ensure that what the policy does not contradict other laws.
Okay.
There are some legal luminaries that have been saying that benefit sharing in this should not be the issue, because we already have the benefit sharing trust board, which oversees the benefits coming from community in the forestry sector. So you cannot have another trust that will be only for carbon, because the forest carbon, our forest carbon will be mostly concentrated. I mean, our carbon credit will be mostly concentrated in the forestry area.
Yeah.
So that trust board can do the same. That's another argument from some legal luminaries. But in all, so far what I've read through, it's not bad for the country, because if you if a new sector is coming up, there should be a policy that will guard it.
Yeah. If you just join us, you're listening to the Super Morning Show. This morning we have Mr. Dahn. He's the program officer of JPN Liberia, Journalist for the Protection of Nature. JPN is involved with advocating for, the forest, the conservation and preservation of the forest. JPN Liberia has emphasized that conservation is not a barrier to national development. I wonder, what does JPN mean by that?
So what we mean is that conservation, we can leverage conservation to enhance our national development. There have been some politicians. I would name some of them. This is from JPN. It's not for. I don't want to say this is national radio, and what we're saying here is we are solely and responsible for whatever content that we are saying here, that we're going to talk about here. So politicians, for example, as you heard in our press conference recently, Representative Romeo Kuya talking about de-gazetting the Sapo National Park.
So in simple terms, what does de-gazetting the park mean?
It means to undo the legal process.
So there should be no park, no forest, or nationally recognized Sapo National Park. That's what he's saying.
In his view, Sapo National Park is not doing much, and there have been so many activities surrounding it, and the whole law, we should cancel the law and then go back to start from square one. Mind you, it's a process to gazettement process. Is not a day event. It will take you several months, even years to get to that process. So,
but is he saying that the Sapo National Park has outlived its usefulness? That's what I'm saying.
Well, in Honorable Kuya's statement, he was saying that it's not the park is not benefiting his constituents.
Okay.
So as such, de-gazetting could be that no, and it should be that idea is gone, that to say, oh, let's undo this, let's undo the effort that we apply in this protected area. So we vehemently disagree with him on that. And barrier, when we say it shouldn't be, conservation shouldn't be barrier to national development. Conservation should be used to ensure that benefits investors can be attracted to a particular protected area, but not because you want to oversham, you want to do some, you want to say something that will favor your constituents. He will say no. I think conservation is not benefiting. I think those politicians that are engaged in that, they are not doing well for the country. They are contradicting themselves,
but
because you can make the
but
law
Mark,
and then honor the same law that you made.
it depends, Mark. The popular, I mean, conservation, environmental management organizations like yours, you
Mhm.
people come with a biased view of the environment. You want to preserve the forest. You want to preserve the forest. He is conveying the popular opinion of his constituents.
Mhm.
So I mean, have organizations like the JPN and all of you involved in conservation, have you done an assessment, a survey of what the communities think, especially in that part of Sano where Representative Kuya represents?
So the community, there have been activities that are benefiting the community as we don't survey around that area. For example, there is a tourism, a mini tourism activity going on within the Sapo National Park. You know that there's a structure built within the park that people pay money to sleep there. People pay money to go and see
Mm,
elephants, to go and see chimpanzee, to go and see the zebra dagger. So many species that is unique to Liberia that are not in other countries. People come and go to that particular park to see those species, and they pay some money, and it's creating jobs. I've been told that over 20 to 25 or even 30 jobs have been created as a result of that.
mm,
And there have been other livelihood activities going on there by conservation partners or development partners as well. So
mm.
on doing that, it will mean you're taking bread from the mouth of those that you're advocating for. As a politician, saying that we think this whole thing should be we should undo it and go back. I mean, it's not the right way to go. That's why we
Yeah,
continue to talk to politicians. He's not the only person. The last time I listened to Senator Simeon Taylor of
keep
Cape
on.
Man, he said similar thing about the Kananafa area. We also want to disagree with him that uh, on exploring in a park, you'll be contradicting yourself,
Mm,
because you as a lawmaker, you've made a law that this place should be set aside as a protected area, and you also went on to pass the Tourism Authority Act, which now you have a whole entity that'll be looking in the issue of tourism to generate revenue for the country. If you say you want to undo the park, or you should go and do mining, encouraging mining activities within the park, you'll be contradicting yourself. This is why
mm.
we disagree with so many politicians, but use the conservation to encourage investment to attract tourism. The Lepiso Multiple Reserve, you know that there was, I think it was last year or 2023,
Mm.
surfing tournament went on there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
If
was
it's not
last year.
because of that unique landscape, the Lepiso in the surrounding forest, why do you think people from America and other countries came? I mean, went
Mm,
Robert School to see that beautiful landscape. If you say preserving it is wrong.
mm. Great. Well, it is a friction between
Yeah, yeah.
you say.
So we need to find a balance. So our role as a civil society, we continue to advocate that politicians, we should find a way that conservation will not clash with political interest or yeah, political interest. Let me
Yeah,
put it
but
that way.
yeah. So I mean, taking all biases of what is the popular opinion of communities that live along the forests? do they want to conserve the forests?
Yes.
Are they in favor of it?
Most of the communities are in favor of it. For example, I'll continue to give a lot of examples. In Rabospur, you had a Wakala Jungle Eco Law. It's because of that forest, the Wakala forest, Mr. Rudolph and his partner invested so much of millions of dollars to build that resort. And you see people every weekend, many people go there to Wakala Eco Lodge to amuse themselves. It's because of the forest. You go there by the Atlantic Ocean and see beautiful views of the forest area. So community there are benefiting as a result of that. Jobs are being created.
Yeah, but they do also need another form of livelihood. It is a critical thing, but
Probably they have livelihood. They have the community forest around that area that the people are doing farming. They're still doing a farming, they're still doing a fishing in the ocean. So conservation is not saying that don't do that, but they say the whole idea is about eating and keeping some. Eat some and keep some. Yeah.
Okay, let's take calls. Call us on 0880514096, 0880514096, 077 5677376, 077 and be live. Magdan, he's from the uh, Journalists for the Protection of Nature, JPN Liberia. He's here as our guest. As we are with the course, Mark, I just wanted to ask, in what would JPN Liberia or other conservation organizations do if this degazetting uh, advances to the next level? Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Your name?
I'm Thomas Harrison, calling from Tottenham, from country.
Great. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting our guests into the studio. I opened the radio late, but the little one I got from there, I think I can buttress or idea. We're talking about the forest. And this is ELBC, isn't so?
This is ELBC. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The forest, she's talking about result. One thing, the answer she gave you, I enjoy it. Eat some and keep some. We got a man who running a daily saving here. He said, eat some and keep some, that's the name of the daily saving. You see, you cannot eat all. The people we live in the interior here, we see people, there are a lot of forest land here, farming land here. So you cannot say that people do not have access to other avenue of getting help or getting support or getting financial aid. There are a lot of forests here that people are doing our farming. Some people planting farms, some people planting cocoa. Other people are investing. And since this government took over, people are interested in farming now. Unlike like before, the people are waiting for tools, they are waiting for shovel and things. And in Lofa and one country and nearby, they now get the morale of being the bread basket because they have machine to work for them. They were working with their hands. I'm from Lofa, but living from the Basi. We encouraging farming here.
Okay.
So that reserving forest is very important.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
For example, we have the Blue Lake here. If attention were being paid to the Blue Lake here, investors will come. People,
Yeah. Let's take more calls. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Rafi.
Yes. Let's hear you.
Yeah. My name is Kaifa Ture, and I do join you from District 3, Mosoro County.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me employ your fellow guest. She on key issue that have to do with conservation. The problem is that she is seeing a rightful word, keep on and eat on. But in an event where you have a community that's the only dependable thing they have is the forest, I believe they need to put in mechanism to have alternative, because forest, we all know is everybody listed, but we are seeing people within that particular, affected area. They do not have no other means of making their case easy, and that which you are coming in with, or the regulatory arm to protect the forest. For me, the idea is I actually want for the people to actually bring for everybody to be involved into the preservation of forests.
Okay.
You have the alternative means that we have various NGOs actually involved into the lowland farming, because if you balance, check and balance about you farming or upland and out of the lowland, at the end of the production, and what you will use from the lowland and out of the upland, you will not even take longer time to talk to people about those areas that is actually being earmarked for protection.
Thank you.
I just want to join this morning, and because our people are very difficult to deal with when you are doing such thing. At times you have to actually be flexible with them in terms of how they responding. So thank you so much for the activity this morning.
Thank you so much. Call us on 0880514096, 0880514096. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfred.
Morning. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I want to tell our student guests thank you very much for that. But one other thing I wanted to do is a lot of education. They need to talk to our people to educate them what really they need to reserve the forest and what will be the benefit. Yes, indeed, they have problem, but education will make it to understand. They said we even start to reserve the forest without anybody telling them.
Okay.
I think that's the thing we should do most. I wanted a meeting.
Okay.
Thank you very much for doing that. Yes,
Thank you. Good morning. Morning. What's your name? Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you very much, and thank you to. Okay, I'm on the phone. That's why.
Okay.
Okay. So now, am I okay now?
Yeah, you're much better.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so I listened to your video guest and including yourself. So you guys are discussing about biodiversity conservation, and then you also talk about alternative livelihood when it comes to conservation. Yes, my brother did it. The area, every one of us advocating for now, we all working to conserve our natural resources, our forest in Liberia for the betterment of the current and then as well as the future generation. However, alternative livelihood creation is very essential when coming for conservation. So, like in Liberia, many of our people in the rural area, or even in some urban areas, don't get to understand why is it important to conserve our protected areas and other species in Liberia. So, like your guest was saying, I think it is important that they should keep advocating on enlightening people or making people to understand why it's important, why conservation is important, and why doing so is also good to have some sustainable alternative livelihood for people. Because normally when you go to some places like you mentioned of Angola, or even Nima, Mofa, Cape Mount, when you go there, people will ask you, definitely the Europe people will ask you, why should we conserve this? We have this forest to farm. Well, for farm, we normally go there to do our own thing.
Okay.
Why should you prevent us? So I think the best thing is finding a very good sustainable alternative livelihood system for the people.
Sure. Thank you. Let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Martin. I'm joining from Morocco.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to get your studio guest for discussing an issue on how to preserve our forest, and I want to appreciate you also in your your studio for allowing him to come and flex some issues as it relates to the growth and the admiration of our country done with the forest. But I want to put this to the organization that is education. I will take into account that there is need that we go on the ground, so need that they come on the ground to the various sites. Then where is that operation? Who are there, my mother or my body? They don't understand when it comes to emission rate that would be called the carbon emission rate that will take place. So they have to understand that when you cut a tree down, you must replace it with another 1 year. But right now, everyone they are searching after a while. What do we eat? How they can make a life better so they see that right now, look at the type of pressure that is not going on. Cocoa and profit. You know that if we're not careful, in a non-distant future, more of our forest will be wear away by playing cocoa and coffee, in the need of playing cocoa and coffee. So I think the organization has to come down to the mainland level and explain to people why forest can it be when it comes to the forest house. Good morning, Vafle.
Morning, what's your name?
My name is Sao Brenda Stamula. I live in Robin.
Okay. Let's hear you.
So, Vafle, yes, we have resources like forest, like diamond, like gold. But our problem here is that we let people come, just the investors, they come and take these resources. We mine them and carry them away and give very little to go for them from taxes. So our problem is the country is rich and the people are poor because we can get use of these mostly the resources underground. So I think the best thing for government to do is to mine our resources underground. Let it be a government mining company that, for example, go they take it out and share the benefit to the citizen.
Okay.
Instead of giving the concessions to people that will come mining and carry. Like look at Beer Mountain. In keep money, saying that Liberia can get any benefit.
Okay.
So I think our representatives should consider that. They should consider it. They should mind their fabulous salaries and forget about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mark, I think that accommodation, it goes to say I think the community is in favor of forest conservation. Yeah.
Yes, I want to say thank you to all the callers that have called and comment, and those that also say what specific are we doing. So our role has been creating education among community dwellers so that they can understand why they should conserve their forests. Our goal is not to tell them not to have livelihood because the communities live by those forests. You cannot tell them don't go and do this and when you don't have any alternative livelihood for them. So we have been creating education. Like I said, JPN has been around for close to a decade plus now. So we've been doing this for a very, very long time. And we will continue to do it. We want to say thanks to all of our partners, like your public radio, who is one of our key partners that is showing all of some of our work, some of our equipment that we do work with is always available. I mean, so as part of this YC partnership, we will continue our advocacy. We will continue to educate the community as to why they should conserve their forest and then the benefit they will get when they conserve their forest and the equal distribution of benefit. Mind you, we are CSO. We don't just talk. We don't just say. We don't just tell them say, conserve the forest, conserve it, and we don't tell them the benefit that they will get for conserving their forest. So we'll continue to educate them through various means that we're doing now. We have our program called Following the Crown, which we usually expose those who are doing who are committing crime within protected areas. And that program will continue with being educating the communities in most of our county as well on the mangrove protection as well. So we will continue to provide education so that our country can develop as a result of conservation.
Oh,
Mining has been here. Yes, mining has tried, but again, let's try another sector. This is why we created. I'll continue to tie this with the tourism authority that was just created. Probably, if we don't conserve that agency will be there. That agency will not have any work to be done.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, thank you so much for coming on this morning.
Thank you so much, Bafle, and want to say thanks to all of our partners, our members, our board of directors, our executive director, Mr. Joseph Seon, and the rest of the team who have been ensuring that JPN continue to advocate about the forest sector of our country.
Thank you so much. He's Mark Dahn, Program Officer, Journalist for the Protection of Nature, JPN Liberia. My name is Vafle Kamara. Join the team tomorrow for another presentation of the Super Morning Show. Bye bye.